fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination. Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice.
Greetings world. We are a non-decay. The time for our annual Million Mask March is quick approaching. Before we know it, November will be here again. As we started this new year, we reflected on Anonymous and the growth of the idea. As we look across the world, we see many people waking up to the truth of our reality. People have become aware of the corruption and pedophilia in the governments because of anonymous operations. People have become aware of the banking elite families because of anonymous attacks on the banks and bankers. People have even become aware of the controlled opposition used by the elite, such as WikiLeaks and AnonOps and AnonOfficial and the like. People have become aware of Scientology and all of the other religions created by the elite to indoctrinate and divide humanity. People have become aware of child abuse, trafficking, mind control, experimentation and much more. Now people understand the elite, and we have led them through inner workings of the families and their industries of control, and how they are all controlled and financed through the Vatican, which is controlled by the upper elite families. As that has happened, thanks to the work of millions of Anonymous, so the elite have become very aware of us. Laws have been passed banning people from looking at the elite bloodlines. Laws have been passed in many countries to keep those awake from gathering or speaking. Activists and protesters are arrested day and night across the world. As we look around watching this take place and seeing what is to come so clearly, we see the natural progression of Anonymous, and it is time for Anonymous to have the catalyst this year's march can provide, or the people will be lost in a world of darkness. We know, as most other Anonymous know, that this year will very likely be the last year Anonymous will be able to gather for our march in November. This year is also important as so many have woken up and so many are being arrested and silenced and censored to keep the massive knowledge bleed from proceeding. It is all the more vital for Anonymous and all freedom fighters and activists to stand united as the collective while it is still possible. Anonymous see, as the world awakens and the elite must form a tighter control on humanity, the negativity that is spreading like a virus. Everyone's thoughts are on revenge and violence and hatred or despair. Negativity only feeds and fuels the elite and the forces we fight to free the people from. Anonymous stands for peace. So this November we will be joined in peace and love and bring a wave of positive frequencies to the mouth of evil. If we stand united, the people will be unable to look away as we direct their gaze to Rome, to St. Petersburg Square, through the gates of Mordor to poke the eye of the elite. Anonymous is the light of love for humanity. We are the speakers of truth, and we are the ones to lead the people of this world to freedom. Those of you who have been with us for many years are already aware of the Anonymous Code of Conduct at the march. This march is a vital event for Anonymous and must be treated as such. Be prepared to bring strong positive vibes. BYOB. Bring your own bubbles, and though it will not cover the city with enough soap to cleanse it, may our march scrub off enough filth to allow the world to see the eye of the beast at long last. As this year's collective march will be held in Vatican City, at St. Petersburg Basilica Square, we have adjusted the traditional code as most of the rules were illegal as per Vatican laws. The code all who attend must adhere to are as follows. Rule number 1, stay cool. Be anonymous. Rule number 2, anonymous is legion. Never be alone. Isolation during a protest marks you as a target for handlers who wish to entrap you and others. Rule number 3, leave as much as you can in your room or car. You will need to easily and quickly pass through metal detectors and lines. There will be no place to leave your luggage or bags. Familiarize yourself with all Vatican's banned materials and devices, which include knives, guns, sticks, and umbrellas. It should go without saying weapons of any kind are prohibited, not to mention go against anonymous. Rule number 4, anonymous always conduct ourselves in a responsible and respectful manner as we represent the idea and uphold the creed. We destroyed our ego so it could not defeat us. We have no nationality, no race other than human, and no other division. All who do not uphold the idea and creed of anonymous during this march will be shunned and kicked out by real anonymous who do. Rule number 5, dress appropriately for the weather and fascists and police. In Vatican City, low-cut or sleeveless clothing, shorts, mini-skirts and hats are not allowed. Apart from no hats or hoods in indoor areas, this is easy to keep as per anonymous standard dress code of hoodie or suit. Rule number 6, do not incite negative physical actions. Stop them from happening. We are here to be a positive and powerful force, not mindless civilians. This is one of the most surveilled territory in the world. You are on camera and the Vatican City Police do not have a sense of humor. Rule number 7, do what is possible to prevent your identification from videos taken by other protesters or security. Use scarves or sunglasses. Masks are not necessary, it is only a symbol, and donning them in the context of a public demonstration is forbidden in most jurisdictions, though the Vatican has not specified if the Guy Fawkes mask was in fact banned. Always be prepared. Rule number 8, bring water. A dehydrated, thirsty anonymous is not a useful anonymous. No food or beverages are allowed in most areas, so be prepared to have to waste it all in the trash and spend exorbitant amounts of money to quench your thirst in the presence of the wealthiest puppet on earth. Rule number 9, wear good shoes. Following these rules will assure your comfort during the demonstration. Keep in mind that demonstrations may often be quite lengthy. A happy anonymous is a peaceful anonymous. Rule number 10, signs, flyers, and phrases. Have yours ready. Make sure that signs are large enough to read. Also ensure that the text on your signs and your phrases are pertinent to the target of the protest. Rule number 11, prepare legible, uncomplicated and accurate flyers to hand out to those who wish to know more regarding the motivations behind the event, links to websites or further information to wake the masses. Rule number 12, document the demonstration. Videos and pictures of the event may be used to corroborate your side of the story if law enforcement get involved. However, all of these things are forbidden inside buildings in the Vatican City, including drawing sketches, the use of selfie sticks, lasers, microphones or loudspeakers, smoking and flash photography. Furthermore, posting images and videos of your heroic actions all over the internet is bound to generate wind, exhorting other anonymous to follow your glorious example. If you follow these simple rules, the success of your action is virtually assured. Ignore these rules at your own peril. Follow them, and victory will be yours. It is expected you will do added research into the Vatican's city-state regulations before attending. It is time for Anonymous to do as it has done through all of history, and stand facing the enemy and freeing the people. We must show the people now awake who the speaker of the upper elites is, just as we have drawn their focus before. This November the 5th will be a November the 5th to remember. We call all Anonymous from newbies to elite, to join together to show what humanity truly is, strength, beauty, joy, love and truth. As we get closer to our date, we will release further information which will help Anonymous who are better skilled at dose and injections than marching. As always, we will have a presence online and in person. Much is planned and all are needed. Many have already begun to turn their messages focus to the Vatican as well. The time to change the world is now. Many of you may not understand why Anonymous will stand in peace and love in the face of our enemy. This is simple for those who understand the idea. In the end, the elite will have to be approached. That is inevitable. That is not the purpose of Anonymous, for that decision is for the people. Humanity has free will and Anonymous is only the speaker for truth, not the manipulator of actions. That is the elite's job. It is up for the people to decide the course of physical action. It is our job to show them truth and love and the way humanity is supposed to be free. What we will accomplish with this year's Million Mask March on the Vatican is what will make the difference and set the stage for the future of humanity. What is accomplished is up to you and is your responsibility. It is Anonymous' duty to take out the websites, to name the people responsible, to expose and shut down as much deception and manipulation as possible, to wake up the people, to educate the people and to free them. In the end, humanity will have to survive by standing up to the elite once again, or it will be destroyed. It will have to fight back, or be overcome. So with this reality in mind, we call you to join us. We understand it will be financially difficult for many people, which is why you have been told so early, so you have the time needed to prepare yourself. It is simple to meet up with fellow Anonymous and share costs of the trip. It is possible for you to unite with us. This is the last call for Anonymous to stand and fulfill its purpose as it has before. Please feel free to use and translate the transcript included in the description. Let this be the largest march Anonymous has ever had. See you in St. Peter's Square. We expect you.